Sure, thank you. So regarding myself, I have degrees in computer science and math and medicine from a top school. Then I worked as a programmer for 5 6 years in top com- worldwide companies. Moved to do my MBA to the US. Got into real estate investments and traditional VC. Been doing that for like 16 17 years. And and Bitcoin was $100. Participated since then on a personal level, probably in around 50, 60 investments, ICOs back in the days. And then, like Konstantin said, we saw a mutual vision, and we created BullPerks initially. And then we recognized the trend of the gaming metaverse NFT pretty early, and we created GamesPad. And ElseVerse is basically our vision of the metaverse. We basically have seen a lot of other metaverses, you know, we invested in actually and launched multiple metaverses, but we've seen consistently certain issues in the space. And, we had a vision, we thought we could do it better. So we did. And we hired top executives from top studios like Gameloft, like wargaming people that worked on World of Tanks, Assassin's Creed, top games, as well as we bought a couple studios so we could do that, can do the development mostly in-house. As you saw the trailer, that's part of one of our studios that is a production animation studio. Another studio that we acquired is a VR, AR, XR studio. That's both Unity and Unreal. We're strengthening the Unreal part because that's where the engine that we chose, the development. We're actually building another studio in-house of mostly Unreal Engine developers. So if anyone in the crowd is an Unreal Engine developer and want to apply, feel free to send us resume to our HR. We're looking also for additional, opportunistic acquisition of studios and stuff like that so we can grow and expand. So we're here for a long time. We've been around. We're not new people in the space. This is not our first rodeo. We have already a successful project called BullPerks, which is ranked in the top 5 projects, launchpads out of hundreds, if not thousands. So we're pretty established. It's not a new project. I know that, people maybe didn't realize that this project, ElseVerse, has parents, but it does. GamesPad is fully dedicated to ElseVerse. We have 110 plus members dedicated to make ElseVerse a success. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Eran. You covered quite a few of my questions already from the start, so I'm just gonna skip them. As just a small recap, it is quite a huge project, as you said, and there is a lot of people, high quality people, working and dedicating their time towards the development of the project, and to see it be a success and the next big metaverse out there. And now, just to follow up with you guys, either Costantin or you, Eran, can answer. How do you see the future of this project kind of growing and expanding over, let's say, some mid-term to long-term goals?
I mean, yeah, I can start really. I mean, if you think about it right now, we actually released a research paper for someone who hadn't, for some reason, interacted with GamesPad.io, our website. Like, you can find a research paper on the metaverse, just we had like more than 1,000 different respondents and like different experts in the field to explain what do we see as the future of the metaverse. And the interesting finding there were that like 60% of the respondents believe that the metaverse will transform everything, and we can see that practically where like leading for Fortune 500 companies are creating, jobs for their research departments, and it's like there's actually a name, Chief Metaverse Officer. So there is a reason for that, right? So it's going along with the trend of digital transformation, and obviously a different way how people started interacting, especially after COVID, especially when the world is becoming like one global village, so to speak. And we do believe that this is the future, an inevitable future. Now the question is then, what is the differentiator in this future? How are you building what you're building house is going to be different. We're lucky to be in this crossroad between amazing developers. We're talking about 3D developers and also Unreal Engine developers, as Eran mentioned, and projects that we personally help to launch or to invest in them. And we have this holistic view, bird's eye view of who is doing what, and also we have a very unique networks of traditional businesses. So I think just to start with this, from this intersection where we are able to unite all this accesses, all this like amazing talent, and to create a product which we love, building products and creating communities. I think that's also how we see, and differently. And the last piece of information I would say, like I was a gamer myself, so for me it's very exciting to come from a perspective of a person who is using the products now to we're ahead of a person who's creating products. Obviously it's much more complicated, there's a lot of logic in it, but it's truly an amazing journey.
Okay, let me add a bit on that. That very specifically to us, we are developing a massive project. This is not one of the things you'll see with other projects. They create an avatar running around, maybe did this 3 months work, and that's pretty much the project. That's where it starts, that's where it ends. We're looking for a multi-year project with different stages that will have shopping, we'll have games, a big component of gaming. We will have socializing. So basically, we'll have everything combined. We'll have events in our metaverse. We'll have communities building in our metaverse, playing. So hopefully that answers a little bit more what's our vision. It's a massive vision. If you know, for example, Second Life, then we're looking to create something massive in that caliber, combined with more on the gaming side, like Fortnite or Pokemon Go. So combination of huge gaming and huge social and events.
Thank you, Constantin. Thank you, Eran. Like, yeah, so the project is huge. And as you guys said, it is a true game, not only a virtual reality where you can run around. There will be massive components behind it, and people will be able to do whatever they want. It is metaverse. What do you think, Constantin, from your point of view, and Eran also yours? What do you think will be the most attractive activity, let's call it, for the users, for day-to-day users, for gamers, as you, Constantin, mentioned, and what will be the most attractive feature of the metaverse for businesses also?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. So for users, I'll start from the users, and then maybe Eran will follow up with the businesses. I think for users, the fact that we're trying to build like a very interesting story, right? And make it interactive, make sure that we're using the best practices, and then creating digital assets. Like we're having one of the top 3D designers working on it, like, and we spent month and month to work on game design and game mechanics, so that it will be also like excited to come back, because I think one of the most challenging parts right now, there's in other metaverses that we personally used or tested, like that it is interesting experience one time, two times, but then the third time you're asking yourself, what's in it for me to return to this world, right? So that was our main question which we asked ourselves: how to make users excited. And we have very interesting like leadership boards, like, and some exciting scavenger hunts, some like competitions that we're preparing to make sure that it's just going to be fun. Like at the end of the day, you are interacting with the virtual world like in a gamified fashion. If it's not fun, if it's not exciting, like we realize that it's going to be very challenging to bring people back. So that's the question which we are asking ourselves all the time. Eran, you want to continue with business side?
Yeah, in regard to businesses, it's very simple. In the end of the day, businesses come where the people are. Um, if we succeed to bring masses to our metaverse, then commerce will follow and we'll make money from that. And obviously, if they make money, some of that money goes back into investment in the metaverse, and the metaverse keeps on growing and improving. So it's a cycle. Um, if you think about it, in the end of the day, it's like real world. The big stores, the big retailers are in every city around the world, or all the major cities in the world. It's the same thing will happen with the metaverses. All the good ones will have the presence of the top brands, in my opinion. Hopefully, we'll be one of those top metaverses, and we'll be able to attract the big brands. We are already in talks with multiple, both brands, both on the sports and the events and musics side. So that's the idea, to bring it enough, brands and enough stuff that it will be interesting for anyone that wants to come to shop and do what he wants, online. But also he can play, he can just socialize. He doesn't need to leave the metaverse. Everything that he wants, everything that he needs, he'll have access through the metaverse.
Thank you, Konstantin. Thank you, Eran. Yeah, as you guys mentioned, there will be a lot of different components in the metaverse, a lot of different things for both retail users, day-to-day users, businesses. Now, kind of, as we know, in the metaverse, the most important things are, of course, NFTs and your kind of personal items that you have there. Can you give us kind of in short what type of NFTs is ElseVerse planning to launch? What you will be able to do with those NFTs, how are they giving value back to the end users, and things like that. Just in short, of course.
Sure. I mean, I think the several. So you probably noticed that we are doing right now mystery boxes right now. That's just our current, I would say the start where we showing people like the quality of the art, and like it's creating like some suspension and making sure like it's there's a lot of things which you can embed there, right? We have like thousands of wallets like whitelisted, and we can see excitement over there. The next level will be founder passes and lens sales. So if you think about it, like there are multiple opportunities, right? How you can monetize, digital assets in the world. It can be from advertising inside, the world. We're talking about like, renting some virtual real estate, or buying or selling skins, like, then they appreciate if they become more rare, or, or buy, or just literally like, like getting the best plot, like in the downtown of a particular city, which as we've seen in examples in other metaverses, that became like incredibly lucrative for people who were the early birds. So they started to participate in early, and then the big brands came in, as Eran mentioned. So we're really in touch with them. So I think those are the basics, but we're also prepare some other, I would say, innovative ways how to make sure that the NFTs have utilities. As you probably notice, or someone who doesn't know, we also have our own NFT marketplace. So on this side, we are ready with multiple chains, and we are always thinking what's the value proposition for not only for collectors, long-term holders, but also for people who want to have more, utilities. And that's another, I think, differentiator for what we're doing. And I'll later on maybe add a few words.
Yeah, just to mention, we'll have, in addition to the land sales and everything, we will have avatars, skins, dragons, cars, weapons. There'll be a lot of different NFTs that, if you think about it, in the end of the day, just like in a real world, when since people will be spending more and more time there, they will want to show off what they're wearing. Some things will be more common, some things will be more rare. Their avatar, their character, personalizations and customizations of those avatars, getting the best weapon to make the most damage, or the best traps to catch the best dragons, having the best dragons to win rewards in tournaments. So, yeah, we'll have all these and more.
Yeah, thank you. And as you, Eran, said, to earn rewards in tournaments and things like that, so users in the metaverse, in ElseVerse, will be able to actually do the tasks, earn some currencies, earn some experience, and by that grow and expand their, let's say, inventory within the world. Now, there is also quite an interesting question from everyone: is will the metaverse be open to the public? How do you actually access the ElseVerse metaverse? And do you need to kind of just jump in on it? And what do you need to have to actually join it?
You want to start?
Yes, this will be an open metaverse, a free metaverse, so everyone can play and everyone can participate. That being said, obviously, if you want a better experience, if you want the more rare items and stuff like that, then those will be premiums. So, but yeah, the idea is to make it as open as possible, and to get the community more engaged and to participate in the creation and the building of the world.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, yeah. So just that. So if you think about it, like there's we just actually wrote an article about the difference between just the metaverse, omniverse, and the multiverse. So we are building in a way, like more like an omniverse in a way. So that's I think the shift that a lot of virtual worlds will do, and then you can socialize there, shop, attend events, like own virtual property, work, and do so on. So we do believe that a more interoperable solution and more open.
Yeah, so basically it will be open to everyone and everyone will be able to join in. And of course, based on that, they will be able to buy some items that they think are interesting. And luckily, we'll have abundance of those so everyone can find what they like and what they like to do in the metaverse. Now, our community is extremely eager to know some things. Is first of all, when will, let's say, a rough estimate, of course it is hard to understand the development and be always precise, but when do you think the rough estimate will be for a beta version of it, or some sort of a demo that our community can see?
We should have a demo pretty soon. I would say probably beginning of next month, but an actual beta to start testing and stuff like that will take a couple more months, because we want to bring high quality. We don't want to do something that people come in, try, and leave after one experience. So we want to make sure that we're doing it in the right way, even if it takes a little longer.
So yeah, the users can expect a demo quite soon, and a playable demo or early access in the next, let's say, couple of months. So it's not that far away as some projects do. Everything is getting ready and everything is getting launched in the right way and in high quality way. Yeah, I mean, we're coming to an end of our space call. Our users have asked all of the questions. I believe that our founders have answered a lot of interesting things. They shared a lot of interesting things with us. Now, let kind of the final question before we wrap it up is what do you just kind of, Konstantin, and what do you think are the, let's say, the most important few points in the some short term that users can expect from us, and something to look forward to, some interesting facts? We said there is a demo, we said that there will be a playable demo, and things like that. What do you think is something that's really important that's coming up quite soon?
Well, yeah, as I mentioned, we're preparing founder passes and lens sales. I think for everyone who understands the logic of being an early onboarder, we think that's one of the most exciting part, right? Because yes, it's challenging because you don't actually know all the details, but as you probably noticed, in any project that is becoming big, that's the most risky, but the most exciting part as well, right? To participate early on and to try to be part of the community. We also carefully listen to and analyze all the feedback. If the people have certain direction they want our project to go, we actually follow some of the comments and try to gather the information and trying to correct ourselves or improve ourselves all the time. So yeah, I would say that's, at least for me, that's one of the most exciting parts when I hear what Eran would say about it.
Yeah, of course. But in addition to this, we will be probably announcing relatively soon also a big artist that we have been working with, creating some of our assets. As you've seen, the quality of our work is better than most, to say it in a simple term. We focused on quality, and we took one of the top artists in the world to work with us. So you can expect a release of such an announcement soon. And then we'll start bringing partnerships and start collaborations and stuff like that. So obviously, wait for those announcements.
Yeah, so stay tuned, everyone. A lot of announcements will come in the next couple of weeks. It will for sure be interesting. And yeah, we're coming up to an end of our space call. There have been a lot of questions. We have recorded, of course, this space call. So if anybody has missed it, you'll be able to view it from the start. Before we close it, Konstantin, Eran, any final words?
Well, we would like to thank everyone for coming and listening to this. We are very excited. This is a dream we have, and we're really excited to have you guys share our dream and our vision and succeed together.
Yeah, I mean, it's truly amazing to be part of the future, and as much as we expect this experience to be shared with all of you, right? And we're building our own world. This it takes a lot of energy, a lot of effort. So obviously, we really rely on some of your help, some of your feedback, and really really appreciate it.
Yeah. So we can wrap this space call up. Thank you all for joining. Konstantin, Eran, thank you very much for joining and sharing your opinion and ideas and the future of ElseVerse towards our community. Once again, I'll mention the recording of the space call will be posted online on our socials, so everyone can go over it once more. And yeah, we can wrap this thing up. Thank you everyone for joining, for participating, for asking questions. We'll surely have more of these things in the future when new things get released, so you can ask further questions and have some fun with us. Thank you all for joining and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.